Happy Monday afternoon. It is Monday, December 6th, and I am just getting the live stream set up on Twitter over here. And we will check out BABA, LCID, some of the big movers today, Apple as well. So let me get the link set up over here. Why is it not sharing that? There we go. Okay, I got a copy here, and I will paste it over here. And let me highlight the title, and we'll get it rocking and rolling. Hey, Dan, good morning. I hope you're having a good afternoon. I was teaching this morning all about the basics of a stock over in the training pit, all about dark pools, prints, stocks, shorting, risk. All right, that is shared. So let's get the, hey Terry, good morning. You are on the ball, Terry. You have been like #1 lately. All right, looking at Apple. So I had Apple on my list today as one set up for a nice big move to the upside. Potentially it did have upward motion, and we are continuing with that. Hold on, I want to enlarge the screen, ignore. There we go. That should be what you guys can see better. All right. And we'll just close this. I don't have any tickets that I'm worried about. All right. So Apple was moving up, which, hey, that is going to affect the SPY as a large percentage of the SPY. Good morning, Multi-Oleg. So looking at the SPY, also had big moves up above 456 today. Big move right off the bat. Testing 459. Are we going to test 460 and reject? I have been liking the 24 EMA lately, finding that that has really been a support and resistance area to watch. So try the 24 EMA, see if you like it. If not, get rid of it. It's free. You can use it as an indicator. Why not? As long as it works. All right. So then we also have the Qs. Qs has had a nice resurgence, but I did give this some space. 385.40. Hey, I wanted to see it really move up above. Look at that. It did not move above. So no trade to the upside today on QQQ as of right now. Really wanted to show its strength. We can see that it's up at 385.05 up there. We can sort of use that as a little guide as well. So IWM did test and break above 217.40 right there. Also DIA, Dow Jones. Remember, Dow Jones is going to be the easiest one to manipulate. I was driving back from dropping the kids off from school, and I was thinking, you know what? Dow Jones, the easiest to manipulate, only 30 stocks. QQQ, second easiest, 100 stocks. SPY, third easiest with 500. Russell, tough, 2,000 stocks. But when they're all moving in one direction, it's a freight train. That's going to be hard to stop. So keep that in mind. So Dow Jones did have a very nice move, almost 4 points to the upside. We did go up 353, so $4 to the upside, up above 349 today. Look at that run. Almost hitting that 24 EMA. So is that going to be our reversal point that we are going to see Dow Jones reverse and break down? All right, so we did look at Apple. Let's look at BABA. BABA, with those big names, 200 stocks potentially to be delisted from the U.S. exchange. You know, we did see that BABA came down, hit a trend line, bounced a bit. Are we going to see this bounce and move up further? I have had some issues with my trading view today, so I don't know what's going on with it. There we go. We did have some there that are working. They got all adjusted, but you can see I have these. See, it's weird. I don't know why I've got a steady error there, so I'll have to check it out later. But for now, we are moving to the upside, looking to see, are we going to hit 121 and reject right there? That is also the 4 EMA on the daily chart. XPEV had a bit of sideways price action, big drop at the beginning. Look at how we hit the 161 EMA and bounced, right? Went down to 41.15, 41.15. Pretty cool how they work, right? That's a 161 EMA. American Airlines today, big move off of that $17. big run up. Look at, we're testing here. We have a bit of an island gap. Are we going to fill that gap on up to $19? If we have a close up above the open here of 1833, there's a chance we could see that. So that's probably why we're seeing a lot of resistance right now. Let's jump on and see, do we have a large amount of sellers right there? It looks like more buyers just above 1833. Are we going to see that this is going to hold and fill that gap? There's that potential. We are in the middle of the day though at just 12:45. So keep that in mind. We do have a good 3 hours and 15 minutes left in the trading day. This could be to suck people in the middle of the day. Lower volume. We see the volume is descending. Pretty much a sign, an indication that we could have a reversal. So keep that on watch. Also, CCL, big move to the upside as well. Look at that, $1.50 to the upside off of 17.50. We have Ford as well. So we are seeing big surge to the upside, potentially a potentially short squeeze type scenario. Look at Ford. We did bounce, but we are hitting those moving averages. So is this going to be a close up above 1911? And we are also testing this trend line. If we close below that, boom, I think we might be heading down to 1650 area right here. LCID, big mover to the downside pre-market, but we did recover some. Hitting the 50 simple moving average on the 15-minute chart. Looks like that was support, 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 support. Hit this one and rejected. Are we going to see this as a rejection point and come back down and hit new lows and hit 38? There is a chance of that. This would be a lower risk entry in my opinion for a potential short to the downside. Look at how that volume weighted anchor price just popped in too. Weird things. This is running slow today. Not sure. It's just me. Also had an issue on my other computer. So I don't know if it's the internet today. You guys having any issue with internets today? Internet. Having problems. DD due to be delisted and a big bounce up, hitting that moving average. Are we going to see it break above 1660? I do see a bit of an inverted head and shoulders here, if you guys can see that. Right there. Big support right around $6. So if it breaks back down below $6 again, I would be cautious. But right now, $6.50 down to $5.60, 90 cents. I would look for potentially up to $7.40 area up here for another test right there for DD on this little dead cat bounce, which would also put us roughly at the 8 EMA. Yeah? Okay, cool. Thanks, Terry. Yeah, it's always good to, you know what? Let's do this too. Let's go to down detector. This is always good. Show you guys really see if anything is going wonky. So down detector is a good one to check. Also, Thousand Eyes outages to see where in the world are these outages having issues. And I'll pull up a little map. Okay, yeah. See, it's just like, and map. Kingdom. Oops, helps when you type it correctly. There we go. Yeah, now this won't even load. State of the internet. The most I have seen this be down ever is 24,000 websites. So right now, we're not too bad, 12,000. This one, no outages. Oh yeah, now we do. Now we have outages. Facebook is 47 servers is having issues. LinkedIn are having issues, 6 minute long. That was 2 days ago. So disregard that. Facebook, no, they are having issues in London right now. LinkedIn. Oh, why are they saying, they're saying yesterday. So really, there's no outages right now? Yesterday. Interesting. Live. Huh. 2 days ago. Or is it still continuing? It's just weird. It's wonky. Hello, stock fella. How's it going? Hi, Troy. All right, so let's go back over here. It's just asking about how everyone's internet has been doing. What do you guys think? We have a winter wonderland. Got about 6 inches of snow up here last night. So I felt like putting on the winter wonderland since I'm all bundled up with my scarf too. All right, Tesla as well today. I gave it a 40-point range. It did have a nice 30-point drop and then rebounded. We are testing that 50 simple moving average. If we do fail there, I think we could easily come back down to 960 and 950. Hey, Salvatore, how's it going in Brussels? Looks like some wild and crazy riots there. Hope everything is okay with you. All right, so that's it for the stocks for today. We do see that the VIX, the fear indicator, is up above 20. That is abnormal. 20 does tend to be our threshold. We are holding that, and it does look like it had a bit of selling volume here on Friday. If we break down below 2680, okay, I'm going to put my bull hat on the market. As long as we stay above this 8 EMA on the VIX, correction territory. We have seen that CCP has taken control of Evergrand. I did post that out yesterday, last night, from within China. They're saying that they have, they're working on the restructuring of Evergrand, which restructuring comes with what? Bankruptcy. Yet they are not disclosing bankruptcy. They are just saying, hey, we are working on disclosing. Let's pull this. 2 seconds. I will grab we've got some good stuff coming. I'm going to pull up my Twitter for you guys. Do some exercise, Salvatore. Do some exercise. All right. So we also had this Biden admins reporting mulling over nuclear option, discussing Russia, disconnecting Russia from the SWIFT payment system. Well, if we go and we Google ISO 2022, the elimination of the SWIFT system has been set up to pretty much start to be ended in December of this year. So not abnormal. He could just be throwing it out there to let people know, hey, we are going to be moving this over to a new system. And last night as well, or on the 3rd, excuse me, Reserve Bank of India will use Ripple XRP as a central bank digital currency, like a bridge currency. So it's all right there. Check that out as well. And here's HSBC is selling. So here's what came from, where is it? Right here. Evergrand debt as reported by China. So Chinese regulators say Evergrand debt default and individual case impact controllable. So where is it that we say People's Bank of China told the press when asked that the recent default on guarantee obligation, housing sales, China's committed to creating, I've got to find it. But they are working on, we will continue to work together with the provincial government and the relevant agencies as well as local governments in risk resolution with the aim of promoting stable and healthy development of the real estate sector and safeguarding. We believe that authorities in relevant jurisdictions would handle this issue. So this is not the only one, and China is working on helping them to restructure. So if China is helping them to restructure, to me that says, hey, they are seeing that it's defaulted. There was another, did I retweet it? I don't know that I retweeted it. I don't think I did. There's one about the biggest debt holders. Number one of Evergrande is HSBC, and now they're selling a building. Number two was actually Royal Bank of Canada for Evergrande. So let's look at HSBC as well and see what's going on with that stock chart. Right now, it looks like we have a bit of a gap fill. We've tested and we filled that gap. So I would move this, oops, let's undo that. I would move this down and look at this right here and say, hey, if we close above 89, all right, great, we're continuing. Otherwise, seeing that HSBC is the largest holder, they have taken a bit of a beating, but they did run it up, and that could end up with a bigger move to the downside, right? Maybe we're going to see it pull back down. And also let's look at RBC. Let's see, Royal Bank of Canada. There we go. But it's not on the US exchange, but we'll check it out on the TSX anyways. Not looking so pretty, but we did hit that 161. They did have earnings. I did read that the surprise down 378 million, that a lot of the banks in Canada have not hit their revenue marks, and that has heavily hurt them. So BMO is another one of those. So looking at that, when the banks are not meeting their numbers, really makes you wonder, because the banks are set up to really profit off of everybody's money and the deposits going in. So how are they not profiting? Is debt too high for them? I haven't looked at the specifics, but if we see that, for example, XLF, the bank ETF in the US, drops to the downside, right? If we see that this pulls down, that is how much? Let's see, IBN, we had some activity on IBN. Let's go to XLF, Yahoo Holdings. Great way to see what is in an ETF. Just put in Yahoo Holdings and it will show you the breakdown. I'm always about finding the simplest, no, not that. I wanted to look at IWM. So let's put it here, IWM. That they have changed their weighting. The weighting of the Russell 2000 used to be 22% financial services. Now it has switched to 20% healthcare. No, we can look at it, Troy. So now it's switched to be heavier on healthcare and lighter on financials. So it still has the largest amount of financials of any of the indexes. So if we start to see that the banks are pulling down, it's going to affect the IWM by 14%. Let's look at the holdings for Qs. I don't think there's a lot in, I think it's mostly technology stocks. I don't think there's any financials in the Qs. 2.3%. And let's look at the SPY. I think the SPY had 12%. Let's see if that's adjusted. Financials, 14%. So this actually now has more than the Russell. And let's look at Dow Jones. I think it's 12% of Dow Jones as well. So they've been readjusting and repositioning. Financials are 21% of Dow Jones. So this, if we see financials drop, this could be a bigger hit right here. Goldman Sachs, 7%. So watch Goldman Sachs, right? If that starts to go down, you're going to see the Dow Jones drop as well. All right, let's look at Disney and AMD for Troy. So Disney, yep, Disney has gone up, did test right here, 150.70, the high of these candles. So is it going to reject and come back down? We are still in the downward motion. It would need to break above 152 for me to feel super confident. We do have some descending volume, divergence, right? We have divergence in, look at that, the indicators are not working. Weird. Moving up in price action, down in volume. So that's not a good indication of potential moves, right? Alrighty. So let's get rid of this. And let's look at AMD. So AMD, oh yeah, taking a beating, right? AMD had this sort of support right here, and it was setting up shoulder, head, shoulder, broke, right? Maybe if we were to actually put it right here. So I would look as a target to the downside, see if your max pain, I believe you're long this, 19 points, right? So then I would go from here. What's our 19 points down? Roughly 125. So I would look to see, hey, 125 would be my optimal entry for a bounce on AMD, all right, for the long side. But right now it is looking short biased, below a large amount of volume. We had this volume day right here. And it is holding, what was the low? See, like the line is not showing up here. There's weird stuff. There we go. So the low was 136.76. We are just testing that now. If we go below it, hey, look at all this volume. We are below all that volume. Bye-bye. I think this would drop more. This might be a potential entry point, knowing that it might also drop down to 125 right there. All right, guys. So I am going to pop over. We'll look at crypto really quickly. My crypto list, everything is pretty much taking a beating. Doge is up a little bit right now. You're holding Intel calls, bad scientist. All right, we'll check it out. Let's check out Intel. 55 calls. Nice, nice. Yeah, I think potentially the medias might be getting more of a hit to them. We shall see. Yeah, I would look, my target bat scientist would be roughly up here, 53.50. You see how it rejected there in the past, or 53.80. I would look at those as potential areas for exits. If it should fill the gap up here, it would need to break 52. Thoughts are that it would come up, maybe 51.50, come back down to 50.50, 52, 50.50 or 51.50, and then move up. So depending on that profit that you're in those calls, might want to trim a little bit in my opinion. But that's just me. Taking gains is never a bad thing, right? All right, so let's look at the crypto list. Right now, if you guys want, you can check out Cryptotunities over at thedarkpools.com. And you can check out the crypto trading room. Awesome trading room. You will definitely learn a lot about trading crypto. And right now we are seeing that Bitcoin is correcting a bit, right? I don't use the 15-minute chart, more the 4-hour chart for crypto and 24-hour. But we are having a bit of, we had big volume on the 3rd on Friday. Here's what you have to remember. I did watch a video. Someone was talking about it. Hey, Kathy, about how big whales will sometimes dump at the top, drop it down, or sell on the way down, and then buy at the bottom, discounting their price and then potentially paying off debts with higher Bitcoin in 10 to 12 days. So keep that in mind. Look to see, hey, if this breaks up above 56 or if it hits 56, I would like to take some profits. Right now, this is in a downward trend. We do have some buying wicks over the past 3 days. We do have big debtors that are out there. Supposedly USD tether as well is tied up into a large amount of Chinese debt. Let's see if we can Google that. US tether, Chinese debt. And I posted about that as well. That might really, yeah, here we go. Looming risk to tether, CoinDesk. That was back in September. Let's look at October. I don't know that we have anything more recent. But if a lot of US tether, oh, it was the same article, I think. Stablecoin issuer may hold questionable assets, right? Instead of US dollars, they are holding debt, right? They've gone out and they've purchased debt. If that debt defaults, what will happen to USD tether? Bye-bye, right? USDC, USD coin is a better potential stable coin for US dollar, in my opinion, because it is backed by US dollars, okay? It's not backed by paper dollars, if that makes sense whatsoever. Fiat money is fiat money, saying that the value is the value because the Fed says it's the value. What happens when the Fed prints so much that the value devalues and it becomes hyperinflation, right? Well, what happens to all of the debt? If there's large debt holders, they really love having devalued currency to pay back their debt. And then when everything is good, they will increase and tighten the lending. But now we're seeing also as well that the IMF is talking about pushing the Fed into tapering and raising interest rates, which was the big drop on Friday. So I do apologize to you guys. I was taking care of 2 little sick kiddos all last week. They are back at school. So keep your eye on Bitcoin. In my opinion, this is going to head to the doghouse. Not with Doge, but down, actually I should say down the drain. Somebody's going to flush it, I think, down the drain. And then it is only worth what the market says it's worth, right? If people all jump ship as the low float of the crypto market, that's not going to be good. Let's see, what was that drop, right? We went from the high here to the low here. Oh, I want to connect. 38%. That's pretty big. Bitcoin. Yeah, no thanks. I don't want to take a bite out of Bitcoin. I will stick to the one that India is saying they are going to use as their central bank digital currency or central bridge digital currency right there. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for today. If you all ever have any questions, watch out for the scammers too. Let me put it over here. I did go on to Instagram today. I have had people messaging me. There are scammers out there using my photos, trying to solicit money to trade Bitcoin. Do not fall for it. Okay, I will not solicit you for money to trade Bitcoin. All right, I don't trade Bitcoin, first of all. So that should be the number one clue. Anybody just wants to check out my channel, I will talk about Bitcoin, but I do not trade it. Number two, always do your due diligence. Google. If somebody is talking to you, Google that person. See and reach out. All right. So have an amazing rest of your day. Carpe Profit sees those profits one trade at a time. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow, given that the kids are happy and healthy and off at school.